It prides itself as the home of golf, where it all started back 119 years ago. A club that brings with legacy, tradition, pedigree, and royalty. The Royal Nairobi Golf Club would be the host of the 6th edition of the Sunshine Development Tour, East Africa Swing.
The reason we are called Royal is because we have the royal charter from from the king at that point in time. So it stands out amongst clubs in this country. Interesting fact about Royal, so we being the oldest club, I think the other club that then came after us was Nyeri Club, and then later we had Mombasa Golf Club. Now in the year 1924, the captain then, a gentleman called Tannehill, decided to start an event where they were playing a sort of a match play against Mombasa Golf Club. So we invited Mombasa, they came over, and we had a sort of a home and away kind of match play. Now, at that point in time, they decided to invite other friendly clubs, and also, the clubs that had been founded by them, including the clubs such as Nyeri. We had Muthaiga, we had Kiambu at that point in time. So this then saw the birth of Tannehill Shield Tournament, which was played over Easter. Now, Tannehill has then run from 1924 all the way up to this year. So we were celebrating 100 years of Tannehill this year, a great milestone for our club. So this is a rich history that Royal has. When you look at Tannehill, it's the oldest amateur event, inter-club amateur event. We just watched Ryder Cup, I think 2-3 weeks ago, and Tannehill is actually older than the Ryder Cup. So a very rich history in our club. Later in 1928, we also had Kenya Golf Union founded right here at Royal Nairobi Golf Club. So this is really the home of golf in this country, and we tell everybody this is the real home of golf. I know a number of other people want to say that they are, but I think that this is the real home of golf.
By all means, Royal is a unique golf club. It's right in the center of the city, and it's just a few minutes to really anywhere in Nairobi. It actually used to be 27 holes, so people say this so-called golf course estate next door was actually part of this club in I don't know how many years ago, probably pre-independence. But Royal is unique. It's a beautiful 18-hole layout, tough. When it's dry, it really gets dry. They've done recently some improvements, especially to hole number 10 and 11, which used to sort of, a bit flat, or a bit low-lying. They've added a lot of material, and they've recovered in time for the tournament that we had at Royal. So it's a beautiful golf course, very fast greens, a lot of places where you can really drop shots. Again, in the last sort of 10 years, they've added a lot of water features here and there. Hole number 2, which is a downhill par 5, they added water to the left, made it a little bit more challenging for people trying to attack the green on 2. And that's also a very difficult green because it slopes to the water, very tough to putt on. So it's a good test of golf. And I think Kenya is lucky to have such a layout right in the middle of the city.
It's actually a home for everybody, a home for families. Now, this event supports us in terms of our junior, we have a junior golf academy, Something interesting that you'll note. So we recently had our inter-club, or what we call actually our stroke play championship. And the overall winner was actually a junior.
The Sunshine Development Tour is for those guys who are now 12, 13, 14, 15. And those who are good enough to actually come and play with us, come and play with the pros. So guys who are 0 handicap, guys who are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 handicap, who can come here and actually just feel what it takes to be a professional by playing alongside the top pros. This tour is actually more for them than for the pros. This tour is for them because that is what will give them the sense of what do I need to do? What is next for me? So when a young 15-year-old comes here and makes the cut, he's in the top 30 of a field that was almost 90 people. That guy starts thinking to himself, I can make it, I can get there. So this development tour must welcome the juniors, must welcome the top gifted amateurs, must welcome the girls in equal measure, because this is why we built it. We built it to give the platform to create the next generation of professionals. We don't want the amateurs to come and turn pros before they really are ready. The top amateurs in the world, so it's the US amateur. Tiger Woods was US amateur champion 3 years in a row. And by the time he turned, he was already winning tournaments. So they prepared him enough to compete, not to go there and start learning. They prepared him enough to compete.
My name is Mwati. I'm 14 years old and I'm one handicap.
My name is Andrew. I'm 15 years old and I'm a 3 handicap.
My dad would bring us to the golf course once in a while and would hit a few shots around, so that's how we started playing. And then through that we just grew and played golf more and more.
Why I'd say I like golf is because of the peacefulness and the calmness that it brings me, especially when I'm playing alone. Just gives me a lot more me time. I don't get disturbed by a lot of people, and also just enjoying the views of the course. Yeah.
For me, I think what came hardest is my mental game, because I feel like in golf you really need to have a strong mind and determination and just understand how to play. But in terms of around the green, I felt like I was always good since I started playing, and that was nice. I have to make a lot of sacrifices to play golf. I mean, in terms of school-wise, you know, sometimes you have to miss a few days to go, and then you have to catch up. So, I mean, you have pressure from everywhere. And then also, friends-wise, it's a bit tricky because, I mean, it takes long on the course, you know, 5 hours to play around on a Saturday, so you don't get to hang out as much with your friends. But it's a fun sport, so it's worth it if you ask me.
It's not easy because you also have to put in a lot of time in golf if you want to play well and be a good golfer. So I've sacrificed quite a bit of time. Also with friends, because I don't get to hang out as much, because especially during holidays when I've closed, because I'm playing every day, because I want to get better. So I have to sacrifice that time, so yeah.
It's amazing to come out here and play in the Sunshine Development Tour. I mean, I played with Mutai and Visitor, amazing players. They've played amazing golf, and it's nice to be up there to see what they think, talk to their caddy. I mean, it's amazing to see how far they hit the ball. I mean, playing with Mutai was unbelievable, but it's a great experience, I say. It's really helped my game, and I'd love to do it again.
There's a high level of golf here in Kenya. With the way these pros have been playing, it just shows that like I also have a chance if I work hard. It's inspired me a lot to work harder and get better, because these guys are they're qualifying for tournaments abroad. So yeah.
A competitive opening round saw a four-way tie atop the leaderboard with Rizwan Charania, Joroge Kefowo, John Lejirma and Gaita Tadeo all tied on 2 under par 70.
You know, coming into this event, my confidence was low because I've missed the last 2 cuts. But I went back to the drawing board, worked on a couple of basics. Just try to simplify the game, not overcomplicate my swing and not think too many technical thoughts out there. And it worked today. I mean, I hit the ball well. A bit of a nervy start. I had 2-3 putts in the first 3 holes. But you know, I kind of brought it back from there.
I had a slow start regarding my putting, because I'm just coming from Nyanza where the greens are slow. So it was a bit hard for me to adjust to the greens over here. Second 9, I started quite well because I realized now my putting problem, and that's why now I started sinking many putts. So I finished +1, and then second 9 I finished -3, which gives me a total of -2. Yeah.
Day 1 went well. Shot 2 under today. Few hiccups on 9 and 18. Otherwise, I hit the ball well and I was happy with the round. I like my iron play today. It's a lot better than in recent times. I've been working with my coach on that, and it's slowly coming together.
Kenya's top-ranked lady pro Naomi Wafula is in a four-way tie for 5th after a solid round of golf, so her post a score of 1 under par 71.
I'm happy with my 1 under. It was a great fight. I was 2 under back when I finished the front 9. So going into the back 9, I had 1 hole which I messed up, but I really had a great finish to finish 1 under.
The word legend doesn't do justice to her achievements and accolades. Florence Maina is a trailblazer, a trendsetter, and a history maker.
I got interested in golf when my husband was posted in New York at the United Nations as the Kenya ambassador to the UN. And we didn't have kids. Actually, that was sort of like my honeymoon. So he used to say that he's very stressed over the weekend and he wants to remove the stress by going to go play golf. After some time, I also got interested. I said I'm not going to be left at home because there was nothing to do there. So I started following him, not necessarily playing, because there you cannot play without, you can't play without being a member of a club, or you pay the green fees. So one time, and then that time I was also expecting the first child. So we used to go there, and then when we get to the club, my husband says, my wife is not in a position to play, but she wants to follow us. Then you are told, no, she has to pay green fees, and you hire for her the golf kit. So the first time I played, I did not even finish a hole because I was delaying other people. So I had to go back home. And I kept at it after the babies, and by the time we came back, I was already interested in a game. I got my handicap at Muthaiga. The ladies started handicap 36 those days, so my first handicap was 20. And within 2 months, I was 18. From 18, I came to 16. From 16, I came to 10 handicap. At that time, I said, I'm done with golf. I don't want. I thought it was a punishment now. And we used to shop ourselves, our handicap, not to wait for, like these days, the way, you wait for the, how did I do, and then you see your handicap. But then my husband told me, if you don't play, up to you. But I would encourage you to continue. The first time I played for Kenya team was 1990, the G&P, Gibson and Page. And it was held here in Kenya. And we played at Karen, I remember very well, and Sigona. And my partner, whom I played with, against the Zambia, Zimbabwe, was Rina Handrahan. And we won all our matches with her. And from 1990 until 2020 something, I played for Kenya. From that time, if you calculate the years, I played for Kenya continuously for 20 years, non-stop. Every time I made it in the selection for the team. It helps me to keep fit, and particularly like now I'm over 70, and people see me carding for myself, and I take it like it's my gym. I don't go to the gym, and when I pull that trolley, it's exercise for me. Yeah, and that's why I will encourage people still to go with the caddies, because the young people these days, they go to the gym. Now me, I don't go to the gym. I've never been a gym person. My first hole-in-one was 1990, and I had it at Muthaiga. And after that, I've had 15 more. So I have 16 holes in one. The last one I had was at Royal on hole number 13, which makes it now 16. I also had a hole-in-one in Zambia. We were playing that G&P. Yeah, I have had at Karen, I've had at Muthaiga, I've not had at some clubs, but getting a hole-in-one, I will not say it's a fluke, but when you go out there, you are not going to look for a hole-in-one. You want to play your best golf. And in the process, you hit this one shot, and the ball just goes and bounces in the hole. And my holes in one have all been good shots. The honor was given by the late President Mwai Kibaki, and I was surprised, and I was happily surprised, because I'm the only lady golfer in Kenya who has represented the country for 20 years, more than 20 years continuously. And then I have done other things, even being serving the club here. Sigona was also a lead captain here. Muthaiga have been in the committee. I've been there. I still give myself back to the golf.
This tour is the first time in the history of East Africa that we actually had a tour with world ranking points. And when we were telling that story, maybe some people are not believing us, but now you can go into the official world golf ranking, and you can see that the tournaments are listed there and the points are accruing to the players. So it's a great feeling to announce the sponsors, and hopefully more and more will join us now that we have a proof of concept. As we say, we're halfway through the season, so that's a proof of concept. We've got our players now starting again, our members being invited to actually play. Celestine Sanzuera just played in Scotland. He's also been invited to play in full Sunshine Tour events. Ronald Rugamoyo was not at Royal because, again, he was playing in a full Sunshine Tour event. Njoroge is also going to play there. So people are starting to buy into the story. They can see that we are saying one thing and actually doing that thing. We're not, we are delivering on the promise and on the vision, and the players are playing their best. And I think you'll see a difference at the Kenya Open when big brands like Vivo or Johnnie Walker or the Kenya Tourism Board or Pure Travel join you, the golf company. It's an endorsement. They say, we believe on the platform you've created is giving us value.
Vivo Energy prides itself to be associated with the Sunshine Development Tour, specifically because this is the first opportunity that the Sunshine Development Tour is coming to the entire Africa to give opportunities to elite and upcoming professional golfers to develop and shine towards the global scale. Now, Vivo Energy is an African company. Vivo Energy today markets products under Shell brand here in Kenya. And we also have Engine brand in other parts of Africa. But we are a Pan-African company, which also prides itself in the development of young, talented Africans, in the development of the African and here specifically the Kenyan business environment. So it's our pride moment.
As Magical Kenya and the Kenya Tourism Board, for us, this event, the Sunshine Development Tour, the East Africa Swing, is an important tournament for us in terms of showcasing Kenya as a golf destination. We obviously sponsor the Magical Kenya Open, which is a European tour event. We have also been active in sponsoring the Magical Kenya Ladies Open, which takes place in down at the coast. But we are always looking at ways by which we can, let the world know that Kenya has golf as one of its attractions over and above what is commonly known in terms of wildlife and beach and mice and the like. So an event like this helps us to get coverage and visibility through channels such as Supersport and through print and digital media, especially in our key markets around East Africa, which are some of our focus markets in terms of attracting visitors.
This is just a continuation of Johnnie Walker's involvement in golf in Kenya. But here, much more specifically, we want to give our golfers an opportunity to compete in international tournaments, to give them exposure at this tournaments such as this, but also to give them opportunity to collect the very valuable world ranking points. Just like Johnnie Walker, the experts behind this brand, the craftsmanship that goes into it, the precision, in bringing together the beautiful liquid you have, is very similar to what happens in golf. It's a culmination of years of practice, progress, patience, discipline. I think the Sunshine Development Tour is a huge opportunity for our golfers in this part of the world. One, primarily because it gives our amateur golfers an opportunity to compete with our pro golfers. Why this is so important is, one, they get that initial exposure, to build their confidence in getting them ready to participate in much more bigger tournaments and even the Olympic Games. So that's an opportunity we are seeing Johnnie Walker could give to our young and amateur golfers in Kenya. So that's why we feel this is a huge opportunity for them.
Amateur John Legirma played a brilliant round of 66 on the second day of the Johnnie Walker Classic tournament held at the Royal Nairobi Golf Club. The 35-year-old played a near-perfect round of golf, hitting 5 birdies to open a 4-shot lead atop the leaderboard.
Grateful for the round today. A solid round, almost bogey-free, but unfortunately, hole number 18. I got away with a bogey, but it's fine. Started very well. I mean, I've gotten my putting stroke by a back, which has really made a difference today.
Njoroge Kefogo was the day's second best performer on 2 under, while Rizwan Charania, Marvin Kibirige and visitor Mapwanya ended the day on 1 under par, 71.
I started off with 3 birdies. I mean, it was the dream start for me this morning. And then it went dry a little bit. But I mean, I was hitting the ball solid as I was yesterday as well. So I'm really happy with the consistency in my game. Dropped a couple of shots, made a couple of mistakes, but you know what? I mean, everything to play for tomorrow.
Well, it was tough out there. You know, on the first hole I started with a bogey. You know, not expecting to start the day with a bogey, but I kept on going and I picked a few birdies on the front nine to set up a good score of -2 on the front nine. Then I kept going on the back nine. Then I made a mistake on number 12. I three-putted there. Then I made a bogey, and I kept on going. Unfortunately, today it wasn't. My putting was not on point, but I managed to squeeze a 1-under score.
Yeah, today I feel static about today's round, even though I dropped some strokes on the last 2 holes, but I'm happy with that. It was better than yesterday.
It was a special day for Kasango Grace as the Ugandan made the cut for the first time in the series.
Front nine was tough for a little bit. I was playing good shot, but my second shot they were not good. I was missing my impact. But on the last 4 holes, I tried to manage, concentrate on the course. I feel happy because this is my 6th times to play this tournament. In Nairobi, I have made it in Nairobi now. This is my first time to make a cut here in Nairobi.
For the second time in the Sunshine Development Tour Series East Africa Swing, John Legirma carries a healthy lead going into the final day of a tournament. And this time round, the young man will be hoping that he can close it out with victory.
He had to get the monkey off his back. You know, at the Q School, he led into the 4th round. He had a solid, healthy lead. I think even going into the back nine, and Celestine Sanzuera from Rwanda caught him and beat him. In Roiro, he was again leading. Dismas Indiza, who is a veteran professional golfer, caught him, took him to the playoff. They played 2 playoff holes, and Legirma lost again.
Amateur John Legirma is the winner of the 6th round of the Sunshine Development Tour East Africa Swing Series after he edged out Njoroge Kefogo in a tense playoff battle to win the Johnnie Walker Classic on Wednesday. The top-ranked amateur held his nerve in the shootout after Njoroge's final round of 66 had forced the playoff, and afterwards, Legirma was delighted to finally emerge victorious in the series.
I mean, finally, we have it in our bucket list. It's been a long journey. First leg, it slipped away from me. Then, in between, I lost it in a playoff, just by a whisker. But I didn't give up. I went back to the drawing board, did what is supposed to be done, and here we are. I mean, when I was coming in this week, I knew all the advantages on my side because I'm playing home. And yeah, I just told myself to stay patient, stay focused, and finish strong. And I did it. And I'm really glad it happened.
Honestly, I was just literally trying to catch him, trying to run him down. Hopefully a hiccup maybe from his side, but he stayed strong. He proved he's mentally strong. And yeah, it was literally trying to chase him down, but also stick to the game plan and make putts. I think I showed great fight this week. I proved to myself that I can fight back, especially from a 4-shot deficit. And there's a lot of positives from the week.
Veteran Dismas Indiza ended the tournament joint 3rd with Uganda's Gaita Tadeo Rodel, while Rwanda's Celestine Sazuera rounded off the top 5 positions.
I would say I've been struggling this week. Just came up and down through this week, and I'll get bogeys, birdies, pars, so I was up and down. But I would like to say I'm happy for the final positions because I've been far. So I came up with strong mind today to try and play under par to chase up for the points.